Hey, it's Aaron, the Metal Theologian. Alright, it's a little tired today because we're moving. So, yeah, there's shit all over the place. So, but I got a big package in the mail from Mr. Metal Ron. Let's see, I should cover up his address there, but his thing is 777 Metal Ron 777. I encourage you to subscribe to him. So we've got to bust that open before the move, because frankly I got to pack whatever's in there. And I got a soda here too. How about that? So let's bust that out too. And then I think we'll do 2 inches of metal, but I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'll explain that when we get there.
A soda? What do you know?
Anyway, we have Simpson Spring Coffee Soda. I've never had this before, but it says ask for Simpson Spring Coffee Soda.
Show them the coffee at the bottom.
Is there coffee at the bottom?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that sludge in there. Shit. Okay, well, we'll do that. So
hopefully that's good.
Simpson Spring County, southeastern Massachusetts. So maybe Mr. LJ knows where that place is. Maybe he passes by there all the time. It's like he's on his way to the store and he goes, "Oh, holy shit! There's the place that makes the coffee soda, the Simpson Spring Company." Or maybe Rob Panique says it. But let's bust this open. Let's see how it is. I don't know if this is going to be good or not. I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but you know, I've heard crazier things. I don't think coffee soda sounds as bad as celery soda, and that shit's good, so hey. It kind of tastes like sweet, cold coffee, but it has a really mild coffee taste. It's kind of like, you know what it kind of tastes like is if you took coffee and like made a syrup out of it, and then somehow like cut almost all of the bitterness out and left just like a tiny little bit, and then sweetened that a little bit. You know, because if you've ever had like a concentrated like coffee thing, second, third sip, I'm starting to taste it a little bit more. If you ever give it a shot, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like an everyday soda. I'm not going to a little mishap there. So yeah, I just I wouldn't be swilling that like every day at work, especially because it's kind of expensive. But it's pretty decent. You know, if you come across it, it's worth a try. I got that at Southern Season here in
it's really weird.
Town outside of Charleston. Alright, so let's see what's in the box.
It's good.
It doesn't sound like records. So what's going to be in here? Let's figure this shit out. That's okay.
Bub, I gave you that. I gave you the razor blade for a reason.
Doesn't seem like a man. Yeah, it's just this.
In that case, you should have used a hatchet. Like I was telling you.
Oh my god! Alright, I'll save the note. I appreciate it. I appreciate that a lot, but this is a really cool surprise, actually.
Are you gonna read the note?
No, I'm not gonna read the note. I used to have this record. God, I wonder what that shop is. Alright, I gotta say, I grew up in Cleveland, which you probably know if you've been watching my videos for a while, and this band is, I don't know if they're...
Go.
Alright, so, not a little hiccup, but, so I grew up in Cleveland, and this record was actually kind of sought after in the area, believe it or not. I've seen a lot less expensive in other places, but this is the harder one to find of their first couple records. And when I was like in high school, actually, this was the hardest to find of the three, which those were the first one, which has that Rock and Roll Machine song on it, and then Mongolians, the 80s reunion, which is pretty good. So I don't know, I mean, I kind of wrote them off as like kind of a stupid band, and frankly, they are kind of a stupid band. But, you know, when Ron was showing this in the video, it really got me thinking to the point where this is actually in my Discogs shopping cart right now. And I was kind of waiting to move to pull the trigger on it. Maybe give myself a minute to rationalize it. Show off those cool Casablanca labels. It's Nothing is Sacred. Also, I was actually in a band in high school where we did the song 714 off this record. In fact, here, I'm going to needle drop it real quick. Sorry, Cole. In fact, it was a total fiasco. It's a funny story. I'm actually needle dropping this to the end of the story. This is really just like total cornball rock and roll. But I have such a soft spot for this record. This is totally like being reunited with an old friend. I'm so excited. Oh shit. God damn it. Just making sure my speakers are on with all the moving and people moving around and shit. Alright, this is awesome. Alright, actually listen to this for a sec. Hear that intro? Just regular. Alright, so we were playing this song. I'm stopping it for a sec so you can hear it, okay? So it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, and the drums like do, 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 do. When we were playing this, alright, we actually borrowed the drummer from a different band, and we were doing like a bunch of Black Sabbath songs and shit. And like he knew all those because he had actually been in a band with the guitar player I was playing with at the same time. I was playing the bass and I was the singer on about half the songs, this being one of them. But anyway, we started playing, right? And we played that intro, that do, 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 right? And then we're like, he's going, I don't know what to play. I've never played this song before. We're like looking, and he's like freaking out. We're like, it's just a normal 4/4 beat. So he starts going, so I was like, when I was young, my parents always preached to me. It's ridiculous. It's fucking the most insane thing ever. And like, I was like, fuck it, we gotta follow the drummer, right? And the guitar player was like, what do we do? And it was like, follow the drummer, you know? So it was like a total fiasco. That's how it's supposed to be, right? But we did it double time. It was fucking funny, man. The whole show was a big fiasco. We kind of made asses out of ourselves. But, yeah, the band was called Bleeding Earth. That wasn't my name. But if I'm going to look back on bands I've been in the past, that's pretty high on the list as far as good ones. Except it sounds so fucking hippie. Anyway, Ron also sent me this. And this is very cool because, believe it or not, I've never owned this before. So, it's going to go in rotation at work. Because I actually don't have a CD player set up at home, but I really value the metal listened to at work, so totally appreciate it, man. Yeah, I gotta say, this record is totally like an old friend. It's like, I was thinking, okay, we gotta do 2 inches of metal or something like that to sort of fill out the video a little bit, or else it'll just be like, oh, hey Ron, how's it going? And that'll be that, you know? But, I could just fucking talk about this, man. The guitar player in this band showed up for the show wearing this fucking like leather jacket, like with fringe down to here. And this was like, I mean, I'm not that old, you know. This was like 1990, 91, something like that. Probably like 89 or 90. I was like, man, where the hell did you get that thing? But it was pretty awesome. I had to give him credit. So. Yeah. Alright, well, what the hell? We'll do 5 random, or not 5 random records. We're gonna do 2 inches of metal. I'm gonna do kind of a small stack though. And the other thing is, due to the shit being all covered up over here, I'm actually gonna use an 8-sided die today. God, I appreciate this record so much, man. This is fucking awesome.
What happens if you roll a 9?
That's an 8-sided die. If I roll a 9.
I mean an 8.
If I roll a 9 on this die, I'll give you $20 right now. If I roll an 8, I'll re-roll. Alright, 3. Alright, here we go. This end is cool.
Guess I owe you $20.
Yeah, I just cheated. So I have to look again here. Have I done this?
Oh, you're cheating again.
No, I'm looking. Okay, I showed this in another video. I'll just show you because I am cheating now, but I've shown these. This is Devil Child. detritus or detritus, detente. I know I showed these ones before. The Destructor, because I made a comment in the thing about my destruction records. So anyway, though, I didn't get as far as this one. So here's what I'll do is I'll just fucking grab a couple more here. This is gonna take forever otherwise.
Just roll again.
Yeah, I'll just roll again. There's my copy of Sentence of Death. My copy of the Desolation Angels record. It's an original. And see here, I showed this one in another video too. So, alright, so it kind of sucks. I showed this one in another video too. I'm running out of shit. That Dirk Kaiser was in the Devil's Records video. That was one of my least watched videos. And one of the ones I did the most preparation for. So, one of life's little ironies. But I still love everything on Devil's Records. So, I'll stand by. Alright, one.
That video is probably going to get like 1 million views now that you've guilted them into it.
That's right, I'm gonna be bigger than PewDiePie. I'm gonna go all the way to the beginning here, because I'll probably end up with a bunch of like accept shit and that, but it's never really happened. So is that about 2 inches? I'll grab a couple more. Alright, so here we go. Oh look! We just missed Accept, because this is my last Accept record. So, it's a little sneak preview. There are no Accept records in here. Alright, actually, when I was buying these Accept records, I deliberately held out for copies that are on the Brain label. I mean, not only because it's such a classic 70s label, but also I just think it's so funny to associate a band like Accept with Brain. But the other thing is, Accept is one of the greatest bands ever. Y'all don't need me to turn you on to Accept. You also don't need me to turn you on to this record, which is the first Anthrax record. If you did what I did, which was get into them at the Joey Belladonna era, and you know, latch on to Spreading the Disease and Among the Living, and not really pay attention to this one with Neil Turbin on it, well, you made a mistake. And I learned that too when I went out and got this and realized it's a fucking fantastic record. So this is a Music for Nations pressing. The US one was a Megaforce, actually. There we go, it's issued under license. And I could do without the cover of I'm 18, but pretty much every other song on this record is good. I mean, Soldiers of Metal, Metal Thrashing Mad, Anthrax, Howling Fury, it's fucking just one killer after another. Here's my copy of the Angel Witch LP. This is on bronze. I've seen a couple other people show this too, so I don't spend a whole lot of time. I actually got this in the early days of eBay for about 20 bucks. What's up next is going to get needle dropped. It's a record that was one of the few records I've ever had opened by Customs. British Customs opened up this record when I sent away for it at the time. It was about 12, 13 years ago. And I thought it was really funny that when the dude opened it up, this was the cover he saw. This is an original Angel Witch, Sweet Danger 12-inch though. And this, I really believe, is the best Angel Witch record. This record, it's only 3 songs, but it's perfect. I like the LP. The LP's good. I even like the Loser single, and the other tracks here and there are good. But this one just sounds more raw and rockin' and awesome. And I kind of want to play Hades Paradise and Flight 19 for you, in case you haven't heard them, even though you probably have. What you kind of really need to hear is Sweet Danger, because I'm sure you've heard that. But you might not have heard this version, because it hasn't gotten repackaged as many times. So let me put this thing away. God, I'm so stoked about this Gods record. Jesus. I mean, you can't argue with that cover, man. You know? I mean, yeah, it's cornball. But my God, man, that dude alone. Such a winner. God. I'm so happy. Alright, so this is Sweet Danger. And it has a little bass intro that isn't on the album. So here we go. Hear it in the video, but this is more raw and less sort of clean than the one on the album. I mean, the album is really cool, but man, Alright, I know I showed this one in a 5 Random Records one time. This is a really good German thrash band. Angel Dust, Into the Dark Past. On Disaster Records, which is actually a really cool, sort of lesser-known German label. A lot of the also-rans were on there, but they happen to be really good also-rans. Sort of like Hot Blood or Sri Lanka had some really good bands, too. Alright, this is my copy of the Amulet record. This, I'm gonna leave this out and give it a needle drop too, I think. This is an old reissue. Look at that. That's how I got it. You see that tear on there? I think this was somehow done through... I got this from Monster Records. And it looks like an old Monster release, but it doesn't actually have their logo on here. And it says Shadow Records. So I don't know if it was like someone they knew or something like that, but they kind of did a good job of hyping this back a long time ago, and they were right to. I know there's a reissue of it. There was one on Monster, unless it was Rockadrome already, but that's just a CD. I haven't seen the vinyl in a long time. Okay, this is a piece of shit. American Metal. This record sucks. It's notable for having Dan Spitz's brother Dave on it. It doesn't redeem the record. It's a piece of crap.
I think they can tell that by the title.
Yeah, it is a pretty sketchy title, isn't it? In fact, the only reason they gave us a chance is because of the label it's on.
What label?
I don't remember. Well, that's why, because it looks like sort of a semi-private press. A&M Records. The thing is, it was never really that hard to find, and it still turns up kind of a lot for private press. They must have done a couple thousand of this anyway, and no one seems to like it because it turns up and it's cheap. Alright, this is a reissue of a record that was pretty fucking rare for a long time. This is the Alien Force record, Hell and High Water. It's a Danish band. Done by Carthago, actually, out of Germany. Which, I was about to say, I don't know why anyone would reissue. Still, those guys are hardcore collectors, that's why. I wouldn't be surprised if some of y'all knew them or had dealt with them before. But, yeah, this is really cool, and if I hadn't promised you a needle drop of Amulet, I'd put that on. So maybe we'll do that, but let's bust out the Amulet. It's a little on the glammy side. Of course, you've already seen what passes for glam in my collection in my last video, so I'm not gonna make too big a deal out of that whole notion. But so stoked about that Gods record. Jesus, I was not expecting that. I actually haven't played this Amulet record in a long time. I remember it took me a couple listens to really get into because it was kind of hooky enough and sort of polished enough that, you know, it wasn't like the sort of kind of metal that I tend to go for. Comes right back though. Anyway, Alien Force is really good. It's really a pretty straight ahead heavy metal band. But it's balls out, it's honest shit. It was originally a private press. I mean, I suppose Carthago is a private press too, but, you know, it wasn't on a label or anything, and it's worth checking out. This isn't too expensive either. Hang on, screw myself up here. Submitted without comment. I actually bought this though. I might as well fucking comment on it. It's not even such a great copy. I got this when I hadn't found any metal in a while. And I was desperate, and this turned up all the time in San Francisco. It was usually cheap. So one day I was like, oh, what the hell? Martin Popoff gave it a 10. It's probably a piece of crap, but what the hell? I took it home, and sure enough, the first song was pretty much a piece of crap. Island in the Sun. But I have to say, I really like this thing. And additionally, this record kind of won me over to Graham Bonnet, who's actually a hell of a singer. I like his stuff with Rainbow. I like it with MSG. Yeah, so anyway, I don't need to talk about that anymore. Here's another one I don't need to talk about very much because it's kind of a turd. This is Stick to Your Guns by Agents. This is on Dream Records, which is a French label. that did a lot of American bands actually in the 80s. I did some French ones too, like Mystery Blue, I think they were called. They were French, they were on Dream. But the ESP record was on Dream, which is fantastic. The Future Is Now. So I was sort of collecting it for a while, and got this one because of that. And it's really kind of a poppy turd, and I mean, there's kind of a big red flag right there. The guy with his fucking keytar, right? So this one I'm sure you know, Skeptic's Apocalypse by Agent Steel. It's an unfortunate sticker tear on it, but honestly, for as often as I play this, I should probably give this thing a lot more love than I do. This band kind of slipped through the cracks for me somehow, but it is a really cool record. This is an all-time favorite. I already showed this in my Devil's Records video too. This is awesome French heavy metal. Execution by ADX. In fact, I might needle drop that. This is another pretty awesome one. This is Adramel Iremilanox. If I'm saying that right. This is a reissue on Jolly Rogers Records, which I believe is out of Italy, but they've been doing some really interesting stuff. They're worth looking up. They did this one, which was like hundreds of dollars until this reissue came out. This is just a really cool like prog metal thing. And they've done a couple other things too. I can't remember what right off, but there's stuff I already had, so that's why. So what do you think about this amulet here? Alright, I'm going to flip this actually, because I want to needle drop ADX. And I don't want this video to get too long, because I got some more fucking packing to do. But, you know, it's a lot more sort of like a hard rock record, that one. It actually picks up a little bit from that initial song, but that's pretty indicative of what it sounds like. If you dig that sort of, you know, kind of hard rock with a little bit of glam sound in there. Oh, fuck it, I'm not going to argue with people about glam anymore, man. That's one thing I learned from that last video. Whatever, it's cool. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to rationalize it. I'm going to needle drop this because it's a fucking... God, this record is so good. Jesus. Grab the insert. I'm going to show off the Devil's Records label because it's one of the coolest labels ever. Check that out. How awesome is that, man? Jesus Christ. My God. Okay. We want to go for Face 1. That's this side. I love that it says side 1 and side 2 in French on all these. I read this thing, I think it was Dan Edmond from the Colosseum who said that like of all the French labels, the Devil's Records always kind of seem the Frenchest. I don't know if I'd say that myself, but he has a point. So that. This is my kind of metal, man. And that opening riff, that reminds me of the middle section of Seven Churches by Possessed. It's about the same time though, it's 85, so. Anyway, this one, I'm sorry Greeno, but this record sucks. I hate this fuck. Well, I don't hate it, but it's a piece of shit though. It's cool though because these guys are Japanese, and it's called Action. But it's like you go to the store and you see it, you know, like Action. I wonder what this is. Oh, hard rock band. Huh. Now, what's Action doing? Oh, we present you special hard pop sound. So, it looks so dorked out. Action! 100,000 volts. It's not called 100,000 volts or Action, both of which would be lame. It's called Action! 100,000 volts. Followed by American Kiss. See, I wanted to love this record.
What about Song for the Hero?
Yeah, Song for the Hero by Mock. I don't know what that's short for. Yeah, see, I wanted to love this record. I really did, but it was just too, like, not there, man. It's not very heavy, and it's just kind of stupid, you know. So, watch Greeno's video. Maybe he'll make one, like, talk about how awesome this is. He'll tell you why I'm wrong. Speaking of Mr. Greeno, this one came from his generosity. Showed this a while back, but this is Acid live in Belgium. It's actually picture disc. And if that looks familiar, that's because you recognize it from here. don't have Maniac. I wish I did. But if someone comes across a copy of Maniac, I really kind of need it. First Acid record though on Giant, and it's a nice copy. And finally, the last one from today's picks is ACM. I think that is Wicked Metal. This is a band that never really, I think they had put a demo out, but never got anything actually released. So this came out in, 82. I haven't listened to it in a long time. As I recall, it's pretty damn good. It's kind of funny if the name's misspelled on this old ticket on the back here. But this is a Doomed Planet release. Most Doomed Planet releases are at least worth a listen. In fact, I can't think of one right off. It's just bad that I've heard. They did a lot of the early Slough-Egg records, among other things. So I say they, like it wasn't just one guy. It was, I know him. Really good guy, too. But even so, yeah, check this out. Check out anything else you hear on Doomed Planet. And I think I'm going to let it go with that. How long have we been running?
I don't know, because it's been segments. I'm guessing around 30. A little less. I'm at 4. I'm at like 3% battery, though.
Alright. Just listen to this. That's so cool. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching. Ron, thanks again. I'll do my best to remember to put a link below. I tend to forget, but goddamn, that's so cool, man. And the Overkill is really cool too. And I am stoked for my day is made. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon.